I have to imagine, though, if you look at your top 5 players in the majors, Trout would be on that list?
You know, there's a good chance that Trout's going to be on that list. Of course, Trout is on that list. As Joel said, he's the best player in baseball. My list is going to have both of those guys. I've also got Yadier Molina, Miguel Cabrera. We've talked about Stanton. I want to hone in on Molina because I'm not sure, as great as he is, that he gets enough credit for the impact that he has on games. Offensively, he's a very solid hitter, but it's defensively where I think this guy has the greatest impact. You watch the way that he handles a pitching staff. You watch the way that he frames pitches. There was even a moment in the postseason where I think he was managing the team because he wouldn't let Rosenthal throw another pitch until Matheny came out from the dugout. He didn't like what he was seeing. Matheny came out. They had a little powwow on the mound. Rosenthal was wobbly, but he got through that situation. You want that guy on the field, as valuable as any player you could have.
All right, let's take a look at your impact-type players and see if there's a catcher on that list. And the big reveal is there.
There you go. Yeah, I think you got to put McCutchen. McCutchen was not on Jack's list. To me, he's a little ahead of Miguel Cabrera now because of all the all-around talent that he is. But I have Posey on there, too, and it's no disrespect to Yadier Molina because he is amazing. But you look at Buster Posey, and you have to respect the 3 championships. I mean, he's so young, and he already has more titles than Johnny Bench. He's the linchpin guy to that team. He didn't hit for any discernible power in the postseason. He was kind of spent. He didn't have an extra base hit, but he still guided those pitchers through. He's dealt with a lot of different pitchers, you know, a lot of the same bullpen guys, but a lot of different pitchers over his 5 years there. He's tremendous. He's the best offensive player on a championship team 3 of the last 5 years. I got to give Posey some respect there. All
right. Any sort of differentiation in terms of players on your top 5?
Not that much. You know, Trout number 1. I put McCutchen 2. I think he's underappreciated. You know, I think he's such a great player. Offense, defense in the clubhouse. Giancarlo Stanton, Kershaw. And I put Bumgarner on, and I admit I am, you know, a victim of the moment. Those 50 innings he just pitched, if it was just 50 in a vacuum, maybe not. But he's now done this 3 times in 5 years, been a key guy on a championship team. He's the same age as Kershaw, 25, and I think he's ascending. You're looking at Madison Bumgarner at his peak. He just almost single-handedly won a championship for a team. What more can you say about any player?
But you could also make the argument, along with him, there's another guy that has a huge impact in the postseason. Joel, you don't see those kind of players come along that can really rise to the occasion like that consistently when the bright lights are on. What does it mean to them if they lose Sandoval? They only have one half of that combo right there.
Well, it means a lot, Bob, not only because he's a homegrown guy and he's a very good player, though he's only good to very good during the regular seasons. It confuses the Giants. I was with the Giants during the postseason, and they talk about it as like, we don't see this player 6 months. We see him in October, and that's good news. But if you lose him, third basemen are in such short supply that one of the things you're paying for here with Sandoval is not just October, not just he's a good defensive player, he's a switch hitter. He's still relatively young. I think he's 27, 28. But if not him, who? Who do you bring in who can play third base at a championship level? Because that's what the Giants are playing for.
And we're showing those stats that Bumgarner and Sandoval have put up in the postseason. But I always reflect on something that our good buddy David Cohn has told me. He has said, you can make your living in October. You can have a very ordinary and a very normal regular season. But if you do it in October, you can get yourself another contract. You can get yourself closer to a little bit of legendary status. And he talked about that, how he did that with the Yankees sometimes, that it was his postseason that brought him back for another season.